I had to put that clip in the beginning because it was just too funny not to. And right now, AI is the topic that everybody is talking about in the home service industry because right now in the corporate world, it is replacing people's jobs faster than ever before. And how fast it is currently evolving and getting better and better at the craziest things is starting to become a little bit alarming and even scary to some in our industry. So it leaves us with the question, is AI eventually going to start taking over some parts in the home service industry? Hey everyone, my name is Jordan Danzy. I'm a home service marketing addict, and in today's video, we're going to talk about the amazing world of AI. And more importantly, we're going to talk about, is AI going to do anything or replace anything in the home service industry? What has it already done within our industry? And how it can actually help your business rather than hurt it. So let's start off with the most obvious question. Is AI going to be taking your work? And unless you're a landscaper and you're maybe doing some lawn mowing right now, it's mostly a joke. I don't think you have to really worry about it. I think overall, the home service industry is actually pretty safe from AI taking their jobs. Now, AI can't replace physical labor, and that does kind of go into a next thing is AI can't replace labor. So the labor industry or the home service industry is going to have more footwork or more people start to try and join it. So distinguishing yourself and getting yourself bigger and better and focusing on your brand, your advertising, and a whole other side of things is really, really going to be important. So do factor that in. But AI right now cannot repair furnaces, right? Maybe 100, 200 years down the road, it's going to be like iRobot, and maybe they can start doing that. But right now, AI cannot repair furnaces, pour concrete, tint windows, clean them even, or coat garage floors. There's so many hundreds of niches right now that AI has no place in actually doing physical labor. And so trust and reputation are still going to matter the most. So in terms of like having to worry about AI coming to like take your jobs, that's not what you have to worry about. What you do have to worry about is AI in your business, right? And what that's going to be looking like. Because right now in 2025, trust and location reputation still matters more than anything else, right? And is oftentimes more looked upon as more trustworthy than businesses that are focusing on like the AI rush and the AI pull. Yes, don't get me wrong. You need to focus on AI. You need to focus on implementing AI into your business the correct ways, not on going full-blown AI business that is like AI concrete business. That's not what you want to be doing in today's age. So long story short, AI is not going to be taking your work, but the home service industry is relationship driven. And what I'm trying to say by this is homeowners are going to hire nowadays off of trust and feelings. That's the number one thing that they're hiring off of. Do they trust you enough that you're going to do the job right? And do they feel good about you and the service you're providing? This is what people are really caring about nowadays. And AI is non-relationship. There's no emotion in AI. So having it as a front-facing part of your business isn't recommended. And I'm going to talk about more on that later. It's a very hot take. But homeowners hire off of trust and feeling, and it's manual labor. So AI is not going to really be taking your jobs, taking the industry. What it is going to do is cause more people to flood into the industry. So having competition at an all-time high, having to deal with bad contractors and having to deal with homeowners that have been, dealt with bad contractors and vice versa. So you really need to be focusing on the relationship aspect of home service, but you can also incorporate AI to help you with this. So what can AI actually do? Realistically, implementing AI can sound scary, but more than likely, you don't need a lot of it. And the best part is it's mostly like processes, procedures, and essential tasks that are kind of already being done by CRMs. If you don't have a CRM, you have a really big problem on the other hand, but most of it's done through there. And AI is more of a tool for the owner to use. And this is my hot take, is it's not really like a tool that's going to automate stuff for you. It's not going to, there is things that it can do, but it's not going to sell for you. You can't set up an AI agent that's going to, book people over. You can, but I don't think you should. So it's more of like a tool that we actually, as the business owners, get to use in the business to help us. It's nothing really like customer facing, if that makes sense. So one of the really big things that AI can actually do for you is just kind of help you with some essential things. So if you get commercial agreements, you can pop that thing into AI, and please do your due diligence here, but you can pop it into AI and have it write a summary and maybe ask it to be like, hey, is there some things I'm missing in this contract? One of the great things is we had a contract come through that was for kind of a big commercial job, and we didn't realize in there, and this is why I'm so thankful for ChatGPT, is I read it, everything looked good. When I put it into GPT or chat, but basically I call it chat, so if I refer to it as just chat, you know what I'm talking about, it's ChatGPT. It came up with there and it was like cautionary, you're not going to get paid for 90 days. It was net 90, and I totally read over that. And for me personally, with the business that we were working with on that particular deal, I wasn't comfortable with net 90. So it helped me catch that before I signed the contract and did a big corporate job. And so that's a really good way that you can use AI to kind of help you, is with these big corporate, commercial agreements that just have a lot of like legal jargon. You can have it dumb it down for you. And that was particularly really nice for me because the net 90 with that business, that just did not make any sense. It can also help you with marketing. That is one thing that AI is actually kind of coming for, is typically in my position, is marketing. Eventually, I do believe that everything is going to be marketed through AI in terms of launching campaigns and etc. But right now, it's really, really good with helping you on copywriting. So your captions for Instagram, maybe putting on like Google My Business, like a post or something like that. It's really good on copywriting. So it's a great tool to use. So you're not spending, 40 minutes trying to write one caption. You can put it in there, have it make you a good caption, edit it a little bit, and have it done in about 5 minutes. So that's really cool. The other thing is document drafting. A lot of guys are struggling with creating like employee handbooks, policies, contracts, and just general, documents that your employees or your customers have to sign. And having ChatGPT come through or AI come through and make you the first revision of the document. Obviously, it's just the first revision. You need to go through it. And if it's legal documents, please go seek legal counsel. It's the best thing you can do. But please seek legal counsel, by the way, because I know for sure I tried to create a legal document through AI and it didn't hold up at the end of the day. So make sure you have all your ducks in a row there. But it's really good on giving you that first draft, right? So you're not spending time looking at a blank page like, oh man, I'm looking at this Google Doc and it's like, oh, where do I even start on creating my handbook policy on my employees because they're on their phone too much, right? Where do I start? AI can help you kind of get that first draft, which is really, really cool. And then as well, it can help with customer communication. If you have a hard time, and I'm talking to myself here, dealing with maybe like a customer complaint, a request, or any other like higher end question that you just don't know how to reply to, AI can help you get a better reply, especially dealing with complaints. Now, you don't ever want to have a complaint, but at the end of the day, there's just people you cannot please, and you are going to run into it if you can't handle complaining. And I'm really struggling with this in myself. Is you can't handle complaining, you probably shouldn't be in the home service industry because you're just going to have to deal with it. Now, I'm talking to myself here. You have to deal with the complaints, and it's hard to do that. But it's more of a tool for the owner and admin roles in your business. And that's what you really want to look for AI as, a tool for you to help you in your tasks, not your front-facing, customer relationships or anything like that. So helping you and your staff get clarity and speed within their projects or communications is the best thing. It doesn't have any really like direct use case in fulfillment because it's basically kind of taken care of from your CRM. If you have a good CRM, a lot of this can be taken care of inside there. And if you want a CRM, I would recommend Jobber and Go High Level. Those are probably two that I would use depending on your trade. There is trade specifics, like HVAC, I would use Service Titan. So AI is also not really supposed to be flashy, right? And some businesses go completely one way and some businesses go completely the other. Some people are like very into like AI, we have AI in our business. You can tell right away, you call them, it's the AI call reception. And they're kind of going like, we are tech in home service. And there's others who are more, focused on the actual customer relationship. And I think that's what you need to be doing nowadays. So with that thought in mind, AI is more of a tool that helps you personally, the owner or your admin people, be more efficient so that way you can focus on the money generating tasks at hand. And that's what it's for. So here's a couple of examples that I've kind of listed that you can use AI to make yourself more efficient. So instead of taking 3 to 4 hours to create an SOP for your guys, for me it'd be like how to install on a window or whatever the case is. Take 1 to 2 hours with ChatGPT helping you create the first draft. Another thing you can do is you can do a job and maybe record yourself the entire time. You can put it into an AI that gives you a transcript and then take that transcript, put it into another AI to make you the SOP. That is an amazing way to create SOPs, and then you're just gonna have to go back and refine it, taking it from, maybe 4 to 5 hours to create an SOP if it's pretty complicated, down to like 1 or 2 with the help of AI. So that's an amazing way you can use it. Another one, like I was talking before, is having those commercial agreements or long agreements looked at and seeing if you're missing anything, if there's something that you should be on the lookout for, a cautionary, or things that you might not be even thinking of is in that contract. That's another really great way to use AI. If you're struggling to come up with content ideas, instead of taking 2 to 3 hours, because sometimes it's like content, oh my goodness, what do I do? It's content, I can't come up with any ideas. You can just put some of your ideas in a paper, put them into ChatGPT, and instead of 2 to 3 hours of coming up with all these ideas, you can have 20 ideas at your fingertips with AI, and that's why it's so cool. And this is why AI is really starting to make its way, is more on the admin tasks once again. Also, looking at P&Ls or other statements within your business and just having it kind of do like a short little analysis, like, hey, what am I not seeing? What does it look like? Because sometimes if you have an accountant or if somebody is in your business doing your books, or maybe it's you're doing the books and you're struggling to do something, putting that statement or that P&L into ChatGPT or any type of AI is really going to help you there. Also, again, if you are getting a text message from a customer and they're not really happy, having AI write you a nice formal response that you can change up on the craziness a little bit is going to be nice. And a lot of this too, like besides the transcripting tool, which you can use Otter if you would like, but most of this is just going to be done with ChatGPT. If you're a home service guy and you haven't really dived into the world of AI, I would recommend doing so because it's going to help you. And then down the road too, you're going to be forced to. So you might as well get the head start while you have it now. Do note, cautionary note here, and I'm just going to go ahead and like really bold letters cautionary note. AI is not 100% accurate. It's not solid. It's in the works, right? So it can mess up and it will mess up. So make sure you are doing your due diligence when using it for very important tasks. Example, read all of your contracts just because like you need to read them, and then you can have AI read them to see if you missed anything. That's key. If you just plop it into AI and you're like, tell me what the contract's about, and then you sign it, and then you're like, oh, but AI didn't tell me that. It's AI. It can mess up. The easiest example of this is if you're struggling to find a show, go ahead and type it into AI, and it will tell you a show example, and sometimes it's wrong. It's never 100% accurate. So please, please, please do your due diligence when you're working with AI. Oh boy. So here's my hot take on AI callers and receptionists. I personally, now this is my hot take, stay clear. Stay clear of AI callers and receptionists, and here's why. When you call a corporate company and you get put on the phone with one of those robots that struggles to understand like what you say, and I'm not talking about like an AI receptionist, right? I'm talking about when you get on the phone and you sit there and you're like, hi, welcome to our bank. You have to give us your number and put do in, and how can I help you? Were you calling about this? And you're like, no, receptionist. Oh, okay. Were you talking about this? No. Like that gets people angry. And maybe it's just me, but I hate it. So you don't want that to be the first encounter with your business, because it immediately sets the tone with people of like, this isn't right? So it immediately sets the tone. And when you get on a phone call with them, you want it to be personable. So AI can understand conversations with people, right? But they don't have emotion. They lack human connection, and that's what it's all about. And that first phone call is very important too. So you don't want to lose the human touch in your business. We all hate talking to robots, and I think unless somebody likes it, we hate talking to it. And I constantly hear when people are on the phone with like banks or any company that uses this robo menu is, I just want to talk to somebody. Like that's the number one thing that everybody says. I just want to talk to someone. Give me a receptionist. And that's a key indicator of how consumers currently feel about talking to robots. So it's just not there, right? It's not there emotionally. It can't handle complicated questions in your business, and it can't relate to anybody over the phone, especially in a local town. If you're talking, like, let's say you're talking to somebody and they're looking to get, a pool built or some concrete, and you're like, yeah, my son, he goes to this school, and the person is just talking, the AI can't go in and be like, oh my goodness, my son goes there too. Like, that's so awesome. That's a personal relationship you just built. AI is going to be like, cool, what day would you like to book? What day would you like to book? Like that, there's no emotion. And that's not what you want. And AI callers for businesses that are struggling to get leads, really, is like detrimental to use an AI caller. So if you are currently trying to get more leads more leads, you need more work for your business, which is probably like 90% of the businesses that I'm talking to, and probably why you're watching this video is you need more work, right? Using an AI caller is going to hurt you. Now, specific use case here, very, very specific. If you are one of those businesses that your biggest issue is too many leads, like you have too many people coming for your service, coming for your, like, it's just overwhelming and you're DQing a lot of people, okay, an AI caller can possibly make some sense because at that point it's just a volume game and you're not trying to create connections. Like there's no sale process. It's like I need your service and you have so many leads. That's a totally different issue where an AI caller could be more beneficial. So please do note that. But if you sell higher ticket services, above $1,000 and AI is the one that's taking your sales calls for you, that's a death business model. Like in my opinion, AI is just not handled. It's going to follow a script or it won't at all. And your sales process is just going to get blown out of the water. It's just, if it's important to you, don't use an AI caller. Have that in-person touch. If you can sell in person, it's easier than selling over the phone. It's personal connection, right? That's how we can land, quotes of $6,000 in person is by having that connection and having that robot try to sell them over the phone. It ain't gonna work. So what does the future really look like, right? What does the future look like for AI and home service businesses? And the only role in my eyes that AI could actually come for and possibly like take out, completely eliminate like it has with some of the corporate world is admin roles. Is the person who is handling admin tasks. Because digital work is what AI can be automated for. And right now, it's still not even there. It is years away from taking that role away. But that's where I see home service kind of going is like, yeah, eventually AI could probably handle booking people in for you. Like without the sales. Like sales is in a whole nother side of things. But it can probably handle, booking somebody in and putting the quote here or getting, transferring data from one place to another. Like that's where it's coming for. But other than that, that's really it. Digital work is the only thing that can be automated. So putting quotes into the system, inventory management with like auto ordering parts for techs is something that I've actually kind of seen, which is pretty cool. Scheduling techs and route matching trucks. Perspective pricing is kind of interesting. So AI can possibly help you price better and close jobs better. This is something that is definitely like coming for home service business. I just don't think it's quite there yet. I think a good quality sales rep is going to beat that any day, especially if they're really well trained. But job management, predicting how long something's going to take based off of weather, crew size, and project type in real time. Project management is something I think is going to be eventually phased out by AI. And then also like easier and smarter marketing. Like I'm a marketer, and at the end of the day, I'll tell you this: AI is going to make marketing easier, right? It's going to make it easier every single day for home service businesses. I'm all about it because I think the business owner needs it and deserves it. So eventually, it's going to make marketing easier for you, and that's amazing. So do you need AI, right? Does your home service business need to be like looking into AI? And I think the future of AI and home service won't be about robots pouring concrete, right? It's not going to be, who knows, I might bite my tongue on this in 20, 50 years when AI is just iRobot, right? But I don't think they're going to be fixing our toilets. But what it is doing is I think using AI in your business smarter is going to help you dominate the market. Like the businesses that don't use AI at all, are going to struggle because the ones that do are going to have tasks just done for them more automatically. They're going to be a smarter business owner. And if you refuse to accept that AI is coming into your home service business in the future, you're going to get left behind. End of story. And how soon is that future? No, there's no way to tell, right? It's how fast AI is evolving day in and day out. We would have thought that, AI wasn't coming for anybody's jobs. And then within 2-3 years, an entire industry is just completely like up and armed, and because AI evolved so fast. So the businesses in my eyes that focus on branding, speed, trust, and customer experience with AI enhancing that is what is actually going to win. So this doesn't mean completely outsourcing a department on AI. It doesn't mean having AI callers. It just means using AI to better help yourself help your customers. And here's my ending example, right? This is a great way of how I can kind of end this video and give you a perfect example of AI helping a process, helping the customer. So if you had a permanent LED lighting company, right? So the ones that, do the track lights on top of the house, a little bit of a higher ticket service. If your sales rep asks for a picture of the house, right? And AI can automatically take that picture, put it into some type of AI automation software where it adds the lights that they're possibly looking for onto the home. It makes it dark because the homeowner is going to obviously take a picture of their bright house in the middle of the day. It makes it dark, makes it look like night, and it adds the light. And what it does is it texts that to the customer while your sales rep is on the way or driving to them. It's like propaganda, right? That's something that is going to help the sales rep. It's going to help the customer make a decision because this particular niche is very much like visual basis, right? It's the look, it sells itself. So having them see exactly what their home is going to look like with the lights already on it and the sales rep is showing up, they're going to be like, oh, this picture is so cool, right? When the sales rep shows up, and he's going to be like, yeah, right, that's exactly what we can do. Let's get started. So that is an enhancement not only for your rep, but for your customer. And the beauty of it is the customer doesn't know it's AI. That's what you should be focusing on. The customer doesn't need to know that you are an AI-driven company. We're not dealing with tech companies here. We're fixing toilets. We're putting cool lights on homes. We're cleaning their windows, making them cooler. Like, we are a home service industry, and AI is never going to take that, in my opinion. So there's the personal touch, and I think the business is focusing, again, on brand, speed, trust, and consumer experience, and super serving the customer. That's another thing, is super serving the customer is huge, are the ones that are going to win. And the businesses that do not accept AI, they do not, get a CRM, and they don't focus on these things like text reminders, appointment reminders, and overall just providing that real quality experience for the customers, are going to struggle. And I think eventually they are going to phase out. So do embrace AI, but don't think you need to get an AI caller, right? At the end of the day, use AI to better help your business, to enhance your customers' experience. And that's what you really should be focusing on. That's all I had for you guys on AI. Thank you guys so much for watching. And again, if you want more guides one-on-one on how to scale your business, how to start running Facebook and Instagram ads, marketing better, building trust within your customer base, and on top of that, building systems out just like this one that we're talking about, AI, text automations. If you want help with that, check out our school community. It's called the 3-Pillar Framework. You can start today, 7 days for free. Worst case scenario is you get in there and you steal all the templates. Best case scenario is you make the change your business needed and you start growing and scaling your company. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. It makes my day. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. We'll answer them in the next video. Other than that, hope you guys have an amazing day. Make sure to subscribe. Peace.